Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are bringing you Son Gohan Childhood. This is a leader that is obviously very prevalent in the meta at the minute. It is arguably the most consistent deck in the game, or at least in this set currently. Its ability to consistently ramp, consistently defend, protect that energy as well by this leader effect that you can see here. Using the Selku card to just constantly replace the energy that's being used for that. It makes this leader an absolute demon when you get into the mid to late game. So we're going to run through some games with this at the minute, and then afterwards we will show you the deck list that we're currently working with. And we're up against a Ginyu, which is unfortunate. That's going to be a very rough match. So we'll see how we can keep with the early game on this. This is a terrible start, so we're going to have to change that. Okay, not much better, but it is something we can work with. We at least have the ramp card. So we're just going to charge it right away because we do have a spare. And we'll run into the cantrip, and we will pass there. We have to be very careful about our energy expenditure in this match. Ginyu is just very, very aggressive. Unfortunately, if we were playing the Broly leader, we'd be pretty much safe because everything there is a 20k and we would be a 25. But yeah, Ginyu into Gohan is a very good match for him, I think. We might have to spend some cards in the early game defending as well. We don't want to awaken until like turn 3 or 4. We're going to keep this because this is actually very good in the Ginyu. I think we can just put down... See, this is good because it can clear 2 things off the board. I think we just charge the Turles for now. Yeah, we'll charge the Turles for now. And we'll go lead to lead. Okay, so we've got a Broly. This honestly might be our next turn charge. This is pretty much going to be our next turn, so we'll just set that over there. Yeah, we don't have a turn 2 play in this hand at the minute, so we're just going to have to pass. I'm not against expending one of these just as a combo piece. Like I said, we probably don't want to awaken right away. I think we're going to have to wait before we take anything like that. That's super. That is a super. Okay. Honestly, in this matchup, it's not that big a surprise that that they'll charge super combos. Defensively, they're not that worried. They know that we're going to have to clear their board, so sometimes super combo charges aren't the worst in Ginyu. I'm tempted to not take this, so we're just going to combo this off. There's a good chance he's going to tap 3 here and Raccoon into Ginyu. So we don't want to take this. Oh, there's Ginyu. And there was the Raccoon. Okay, so he's got the Raccoon for next turn. And he's not attacking, which is actually very good for us. The more he doesn't attack, the better. Okay, we'll just charge this, I think. We're going to go into the ramp. And we hit an 18. Okay. So we'll swing at his lead. Which gives us another 5k combo. Really, really need a Vegeta, or we need to see a Turles again. Yeah. Okay. So just thinking about how this next turn plays out, if we don't see either of them, we're going to have to drop this, kill one of them, and then swing at the other. We're going to have to try and keep that board as minimal as possible. Because this is where he's likely going to field about another 2 or 3 attackers, including these two. And with them all being 20Ks, it's a big problem. So we have the Turles, but honestly, I don't think it's the way to play. I think we're going to have to, depending on how wide he goes here, we're probably going to have to spend this. Once we get into that turn 6, we can use this to kill 2 of his cards. The thing with Ginyu is that they will never clear your board, honestly. Like, unless your board is going to be a big problem in the next turn, they are likely just going to keep firing everything at face. Which is the right call. It definitely is the right call. I think that the amount of pressure they can put out. Another thing we would also like to see here is a secret rare. We would love to see a secret rare to just completely wipe that board. See, I don't think he's playing this right. He is giving me far too much time. I don't want to play this yet now because we're only going to be able to kill one and we can't swing at him. So in all honesty, I think we just charge this. Yeah, I think we charge. I'm tempted to not even swing with lead. He's going to end up getting an awaken, or we just play Turles and don't swing actually. We'll do that. It would be nice to keep him from drawing for the crit, but I don't think it's going to matter that much, so we're just going to go into the Turles and just double check. Yeah, we do have a 3 cost. So let's go into this now. Take the Gigantic Strength, pop that in energy, and then we still have 1 open for this if we need it. We are not going to swing again. We're going to force him to use a Self-Awakener, which will be the Raccoon. Yeah, so there's the Raccoon as expected. We'll take the life. He will untap 1 for the lead awaken. If he plays a Ginyu, he'll untap 2, so there we go, he's back up to his 5 energy. What is he charged? Is that a Kui? It is a Kui. Okay. What would be the god draw next turn would be the secret rare. That would be the absolute best draw we could see. So here he's got 2, 4, 6 attackers and he still has that 3 energy to go again. Okay, so this is going to be a very rough turn for us. We're going to spend a lot. We're going to have to take almost everything up to 4 here. And then once we hit 4, we just awaken, and then we try and use our 5Ks to mitigate all of these 20s. We'll take this one as well. Okay, that's no help. We'll go ahead and awaken now. Let's get the draw. It's a 10k. Not ideal. Combo that off. We're just going to keep comboing off the 5s as long as we're getting value for it. But the issue we've got is he is likely going to use his tap 3 this turn. So we'll just do that again. So I do see a world where we end up losing an energy and we end up having to expend one of these to survive. I don't even know if we can. We might even combo this off. If such a feels bad. We really need to do a lot of control on this. I mean, if we tap 6 here, we'll kill 2 of them. 1 leader, 2 in itself, 3. So maybe we can control that board. It's rough. It's very rough, boys. I think we take 1. Let's hope we get a 5 off this. Okay, so we do get the 5. And let's see if he does his tap. 3. See, this is the issue with green into this match, is we are so slow and we don't establish anything on board in those early turns. So he can just keep going wide and wide and wide and we can't do anything about it unless we see the Vegeta, which we didn't. So he's got 1, 2, 3, so we can combo out with 3 of them just by cards in hand. And then 1, 2, 3. What I'm honestly hoping is that at some stage he does try to just fully commit this turn. That would be the best case scenario. So I think we take this one. Which is a super, which will help us for any all-in, but it will not help us in the meantime. Yeah, so he gave us a value of a +10 here. I think we're going to have to use both of these anyway. Yeah, the absolute best case scenario is that he tries an all-in at some stage. So he's going 35. I think we just super on this. Or do we take this one? And then see if he all-ins on one of these next ones. He's still got an energy open, and the problem is that energy is likely going to be not this one, the other one, the one that'll buff him a load. So let me just double check the math on this. So it's +10, so that'll be 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So it'd be a +45 on a 20k attacker, so it'd be 65 base. Between it would take our lead skill and this to get to 70, and then yeah, see, any all-in here is terrifying. Oh god. The problem with the all-in is that it's going to leave us short for the other attacks, and if he's smart, he would do it on the next one, because then he knows he's got 2 follow-up attacks. I don't want to use these. I think we just take this one. If we have to, we're going to have to combo this off. I mean, that is the worst possible life we could have got. Again, I think for value, we have to. Now, the clutch draw here would be the super combo. Not the super combo, sorry, the secret rare. So does he dump here? That's the question. If I'm him, I honestly wouldn't, because he's not under much threat from me, and he's trying to progress or too aggressively to close out the game. The only thing he has to worry about is my secret. It's the only thing that will clear his board. And there it comes. So yeah, so it's +5 for each one. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and then +10 for the effect as well. So we're going to have to see what happens here then. I just don't think we have it. So that's what, 100k? Yeah, it's 100k, so we would go to 35, 55... 85, we could get to 95, I think. try it anyway. Yeah, unfortunately, taking the destructive strength was awful for us. Yeah, so we're at 80. We're at 90. It's not enough. Yeah, it's a rough game. It really is a rough match, getting you into any sort of green at the minute. I think Broly's fine because Broly can survive just being a 25k leader. And you can just defend constantly. You know, they're having to expend at minimum 1 card from hand every time. Yeah, but Gohan and androids, it's a really rough match. But, hey ho, sometimes we lose, sometimes we win, right? But we'll go over the deck list. I mean, this is a very standard Gohan list, I believe. There's not really too much to this. So, we're on 4 of each cantrip. Obviously, the Gohan's a top 3 for a Saiyan, which includes the extra cards. And I think it's 5 or less, or 4 or less, one of them. I think it's 5 or less. Yeah, and then we run 4 of the Android 18. She's just very good for the draw 1, discard 1. It's very good for setting up your Vegeta and your Turles ramps. Because we can put a, you know, like a 5 cost or 4 cost or whatever in the drop. We run 2 of these Trunkses. These are just very good at clearing board. Again, we didn't see them this match, which is unfortunate, but it's something to do in the meantime. We also run 4 of the Vegeta ramp cards. He's just an on-play, you ramp something 3 or less, sorry, 3 or more from your drop. And he's got an active main where you can discard a card to kill anything that's a cost of 2 or less, which again in the Ginyu match is very helpful. We just didn't see it. We have the Goku. He's just on play, add 1 card from your hand to your energy, which is very helpful. Very good, consistent ramp card. Again, once we get more of these in the client, definitely I would increase that number. That could potentially be a 4 of, because he is a 10k as well, which is also helpful. So we run 5 of the Selkus. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what this does. It ramps a card on play, and it will constantly replace energy every time you do that lead skill. Every single time it will replace that energy that you spend. So very good card. We run 4 Gohans, again just as a way to clear that board while putting out some pressure ourselves. It's always helpful. We run 3 Turles, and we run 2 androids. There is a potential to run this at 3, but I do think that Turles at this stage currently is just maybe a little bit better. We only run 1 secret rare. We would up that to 2, but I only have 1, unfortunate. We run 4 supers, 4 Brolys, 4 of this extra, 4 of this extra. So this is the combo power. This one is a ramp, and then we run 1 of the Big Bang attacks. It's just when we're at 6 or more energy, it's a way again of just clearing something off the board. Again, it just gives us that bit of an advantage. But unfortunately, in that Ginyu game, we didn't really get to showcase a lot of what we have. You know, the Trunks and the Vegetas would have seriously helped in that game. Because even if we're not killing his cards, we could at least force cards out of his hand so that all-in wouldn't have been as powerful. But yeah, so we can do what we can do. Unfortunately, Ginyu is just a really rough match into green at the best time. But yeah, so that's the list, guys. Feel free to give it a try if any of you want to try it, and if you have any suggested changes, as always, just hit me up in the comments. More than happy to have a look. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.